Okay, so as you did that activity, I hope that you noticed that you were looking at two different things. You were looking at the degree. Okay, remember the degree is going to be the highest exponent, and you were also looking at the leading coefficient. Okay. All right, now what the degree and the leading coefficient are going to tell us are what the ends of the graphs are going to look like. The middle could be crazy, it doesn't matter, but the degree and the leading coefficient are always going to tell us what the ends look like. Now, E plus means that I have an even degree, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, okay? And the leading coefficient, that plus is going to be your leading coefficient, plus or minus, okay? So is it a positive leading coefficient or a negative leading coefficient? I memorized these two in terms of parabolas and lines. Now, I know something of degree 2, which is y equals x squared, okay? I know that that has an even degree of 2. The leading coefficient here is 1, which is positive. I know that that graph is going to look something like this. So I just kind of draw that graph, and then from there, I can easily figure out the end behavior, okay? So I'm going to say as x approaches infinity, my function, notice, is going up, 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 up forever on the right-hand side. So my function is also approaching infinity. So as x approaches negative infinity, over here going up, 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 up forever, my function is also approaching positive infinity. So the ends of the graphs are both going up. Okay, we could care less about what the middle looks like. Like I said, I often just draw this picture right here and then figure it out from there. Now, what happens if I have an even degree with a negative leading coefficient? So let's just think of an example. So let's think of, what about y equals negative x squared? So I have an even degree of 2, my leading coefficient is negative. Okay, what would that graph look like? Well, that graph would look like an upside down parabola. Okay, so now I can figure out my end behavior. Look at where my ends are going. Both of the ends are going down. Now, why did I draw the graph here? Well, because I don't care what happens in the middle. I just care about the ends of the graph. Okay, so as x approaches infinity on the right-hand side, where's your graph going? Well, it's going down. Your function is approaching negative infinity. As the left-hand side, as x approaches negative infinity, where is your function going? Your function is going down, 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 down towards negative infinity. Now, you can memorize this right here. I don't. I just say even negative coefficient means it's like a negative x squared. Draw that. Even positive, I don't memorize this. I just draw the little picture and go from there. Okay. Now, odd would mean like degree of 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay. Positive means the leading coefficient is positive. So let's think of a line, y equals x. If I was going to draw that line, what would it look like? Okay. You'd have a positive slope going up. So notice the ends of your graph. They're going in opposite directions. The left-hand side is going down. The right-hand side is going up. Okay. So here, what is happening? As x approaches infinity, where is your graph going? Your graph is going up, 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 up on the right-hand side. So it's going towards infinity. Okay. Now, what's happening on the left-hand side? As x approaches negative infinity, your graph's going down, 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 down. Okay, so your function is also approaching negative infinity. So notice even they're going in the same direction, both going up, both going down. Odd, they're going to be going, think like odd opposite. Okay, so nice and even keel going in the same direction, odd opposite, opposite directions. Okay, so odd negative, I like to think of this one as a line because the degree is 1. So let's just do negative x. Well, what's that line look like? That would be a line with the slope going down. So what is your end behavior doing? On the left-hand side, it's going up. Who cares about the middle? On the right-hand side, it's going down. So how would I write that? As x approaches infinity, where is your function going? So as I go towards the right-hand side, my function's going down, 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 down. My function is approaching negative infinity. On the left-hand side, as x is going to the left towards negative infinity, where's your graph going? Up, 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 up. So your graph is going towards positive infinity. Okay, like I said, I don't memorize this chart. I look at the degree and the leading coefficient, and then I make the decision from there. Okay, so here's what I would do as you're working on this. So let's just do one or two of these together. Okay, we're going to just state whether the degree is even or odd. Okay, and whether the leading coefficient is positive or negative, then we're going to do the end behavior. I'm going to do two of them with you. Then I want you to try the rest. I'll do three of them with you, and then I want you to try three on your own and just check your answers once you're done. Okay. All right, so for this one right here, so let's figure out, first of all, what is the leading coefficient? Okay, your leading coefficient here is 1, so that's positive. What is the degree? That's the highest exponent. Well, there's an understood 1 here, so the degree is 1. So this is an odd degree with a leading coefficient that's positive. So what's that going to look like? That is a line that looks like it's going up like this, okay? So that's going to say as x approaches infinity, your function is also approaching infinity. As x approaches negative infinity, so down here, your function is approaching negative infinity, okay? All right, so let's take a look at this one. So this one, now who cares? 3 pi, that's actually just a constant. If you multiply it out, it's just a number. So what is your leading coefficient here? So your leading coefficient is 1, the number in front of the highest degree. So my leading coefficient is 1. What is the degree? How hot's your polynomial? The highest exponent here is 2. Always make sure that this is in standard form first though. So that's highest exponent to lowest exponent. I think of like marching in order, highest to lowest, okay? All right, so this has an even degree with a positive leading coefficient, okay? So I think of this as like y equals x squared. I just draw my little picture to the side and then I say, okay, how can I draw this? All right, both ends are going up. So as x approaches infinity, okay, on the right-hand side, my graph is going up. Your function is also approaching infinity. On the left-hand side, as x approaches negative infinity, your graph or your function is also going towards positive infinity. It's going up, okay? All right, so let's take a look at letter C. Make sure everything's in standard form. So highest to lowest, 3, 2, 1, nothing. We're good to go. Okay, what is your leading coefficient here? Right here, you have a negative sign, so it's -1. What is your degree? Your degree is a +3. So this is going to tell us we have an odd degree with a negative leading coefficient. What's that graph going to look like? Well, that's like a line with a negative slope. All right, so once again, could care less about the middle. It could be like wacky in the middle. We could have all kind of stuff going on here. We don't care, all right? We just care about the ends. As x approaches infinity, so on the right-hand side, your graph's going down, 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 down. Your function is approaching negative infinity. On the left-hand side, as x approaches negative infinity, your function is going up, 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 up. It's going towards positive infinity. Okay. All right. So I want you to pause the video, try D, E, and F, and then once you're done, just quickly check your answers. All right, just quickly check and see how you did. So you should have had your leading coefficient of 2, degree of 5, it's in standard form. So that's odd with a positive leading coefficient. So we're going to draw a line going up. Who cares about the middle? As x approaches infinity, my graph is also going up, up, up towards infinity. As x approaches negative infinity, I forgot to write that negative in there. Okay, as x approaches negative infinity, your graph is going down, 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 down. So it's going towards negative infinity. Wow, I'm doing really good at forgetting to write the negatives. All right, so this one, you had a leading coefficient of 1. You have a degree of 4, okay? Notice it's in the highest to lowest exponent, 4, 2, 1, nothing. So that is even and positive. That's like a parabola opening up. So as x approaches infinity, your graph is going up. As x approaches negative infinity, your graph is also increasing right here. All right, and then take a look at the last one. You had make sure it's in order, 6, 2, 1, nothing. Okay, you have a leading coefficient that is negative and a degree of 6, so that's even and negative, so both sides are going down. As x approaches infinity, your function is going down towards negative infinity. As x approaches negative infinity, your function is also approaching negative infinity. If you have any questions, please let me know. Make sure that you get started on your math space assignment so that this will make sure that you understood what I went over with you in class today and that you're not super far behind when I come back.